I'm Ashley Kyle.
And I'm Bob Spicer.
And this is your Lake of the Ozarks news update, brought to you by Lake TV and LakeExpo.com, and sponsored by Yacht Club Power Sports and Clark's Tire.
And today we're going to be talking about how a burned out light bulb led officers to a drug arrest.
The latest development on Camdenton's comprehensive plan for the city.
Lake TV goes to a Halloween party.
A local business owner who pled guilty to money laundering.
And find out why the Camdenton Air Show is getting some statewide attention.
Plus, boating tips with Bob's No Wake Zone and a look at events coming to the lake this weekend. That's after a message from Yacht Club Power Sports.
Yacht Club Power Sports has expanded to ensure you have fun on both land and water, on the trails and on the road with Can-Am, Kawasaki, Victory Motorcycles, Arctic Cat, and Polaris, which introduces the 2015 Slingshot. On the water as the world's #1 Sea-Doo dealer, and are proud to introduce the Supra and Moomba boat lines to the YC Power Sports family. Look for our new showroom this summer off Formula Way in Osage Beach, and you can find us off Highway 63 in Columbia. Yacht Club Power Sports, where the fun begins and never ends.
It was a perfect day for a party at Hy-Vee, and crowds turned out in droves, dressed in their Halloween best, to tour Hy-Vee Hollow, an annual event that benefits the Dream Factory. Store Director Jeff Bainbridge.
This is an event that we started when we opened up the store 11 years ago. We just put on this trick-or-treat event to help the community and give them an extra option for trick-or-treating. And then 100% of our proceeds go to our local chapter of Dream Factory.
How many businesses are participating out here today?
We have 51 this year. Wow. So, yeah, we're pretty blessed. I mean, our community just supports it, phenomenally. We raise about $8,000 a year, so we're pushing the $100,000 mark for the Dream Factory. And again, 100% of all the proceeds goes to the Dream Factory. So it's an organization to help children that have critically ill illnesses, and then they send them to their dream destination or whatever their biggest wish is.
Bob Spicer, Lake TV.
The annual Buddy Bass Tournament hit the Lake of the Ozarks last weekend, the 31st year of the event, sponsored by the Lake West Chamber of Commerce. 40 teams competed with an especially foggy start on Saturday morning. The team of Chris and Danny De Aquila caught the biggest bass of the weekend, a 5.78 pounder. They also won first place in the tournament with a total weekend weigh of 35.39 pounds.
Destination Camdenton, the city's comprehensive planning process, is moving forward from the goal-setting phase into the action phase, and so far the process has created a draft of general goals and future land use map for stakeholders to review. Missouri law requires every city to have a comprehensive plan. The next steps start in January, when planning and zoning officials will hold public hearings to refine the proposal before sending it to the Board of Aldermen for approval. Full plan is expected to be finished and in place by the end of next year.
The Lake Ozark Police Department has updated its guidelines for the use of force. Gary Launderville, the Chief of Police, presented new rules to the Board of Aldermen for their approval last week. The board collectively approved the guidelines, which Launderville said are very similar to policies that were presented but not adopted in 2011. The rule says that although the use of reasonable physical force might be necessary in some situations, force can only be used if other options haven't worked or won't work. Despite the timing, the chief says these new policies have no connection to the unrest in Ferguson, and all guidelines and procedures are updated regularly.
2 Osage Beach firefighters were awarded medals recently for their actions during the Compass Point condo fire that happened in August, and Lake TV was there to cover it. Recently, a couple of local firefighters were recognized for their life-saving actions during that fire at Compass Point condominiums back in August. Chief Jeffrey Dorhauer.
We're commending 2 firefighters who, in a dangerous situation, put themselves in danger to save 2 people
on the Compass Point
fire. Yes, and while we did sadly lose 4 individuals, we also need to remember that these guys did save 2 from that building, and that's what we're commending them for tonight.
We also spoke with the firefighters themselves about that day.
It means a lot. It's nice to be appreciated for what we do. Like the chief said, it is what we are trained to do, and it doesn't always present itself. It's very nice that the public and our chief recognize the dedication and the training that we've been through to accomplish what we've done.
Did you have any idea of the situation when you hit the street over there?
know. I mean, we've seen heavy fire from the street and kind of knew what to expect when we get there, get off the truck and go to work and do what we're trained to do.
2 people were arrested on meth charges in Camdenton last week. According to the Camden County Sheriff's Department, deputies stopped a car on October 28th because of a broken license plate light. 2 occupants were on probation and deputies searched the car, finding 4 syringes, 3 with meth in them. Chloe Jean Heather of California, Missouri, and Gary Leo House Jr. of Camdenton were charged with felony possession and are being held at the Camden County Adult Detention Facility.
A local business owner recently pleaded guilty to a money laundering conspiracy related to selling synthetic marijuana, also known as K2. Charles Sterling Austin Jr. of St. Charles owns Puffin Snuff in Camdenton and in Eldon, and according to the plea agreement, Austin must forfeit more than $700,000 in profits to the government along with his property. A sentencing hearing will be scheduled after the United States Probation Office finishes a pre-sentence investigation.
The Camdenton community is getting notice for its yearly air show. At the Missouri Governor's Conference on Tourism a few weeks ago, the community received the Innovator Award for the show. The prize honors the collaborative efforts of several city groups as well as community innovation that created the popular tourism opportunity. This year, the air show honored first responders. Veterans also got the opportunity to take a free airplane ride to thank them for their service to our country. Local businesses sponsored the rides, making it possible for the veterans to take to the skies.
A local manufacturing business cleared a zoning hurdle last week to open a distribution facility out on Horseshoe Bend. The Camden County Planning and Zoning Commission approved a request by Madden Manufacturing to rezone more than 3 acres of property located on Dogwood Road in Lake Ozark. The property is currently zoned as low-density residential, but the Maddens would like to change that to industrial. There was no opposition at a public hearing last week, so the Planning and Zoning Commissioners approved, recommending the change, and now it goes to the Camden County Commission for approval. Coming up, boating tips with Bob's No Wake Zone and events at the lake this weekend that you don't want to miss. That's after a word from Clark's Tire.
Have you met the Configurator? It's a new way to see what a new set of wheels would look like on your vehicle. Log on to clarktireco.com and look for the Configurator. Select your vehicle and start searching. And while you're there, remember that besides wheels and tires, Clark Tire can service and repair most anything you can drive. Tires, wheels, service, repair, including exhaust. Clark Tire, 3 locations around the lake: Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.
Let's talk courtesy on the boat ramp. You've probably seen it, an inexperienced boater taking up 2 spaces or having a difficult time backing his boat down the ramp. Or maybe you've seen a boat, trailer, and vehicle actually go into the lake. Boat ramp traffic jams can be prevented if everyone practices common courtesy at the ramp. So here are some simple courtesies. Prepare your vessel for launching or for the drive home well away from the ramp. Use at least 2 experienced people to launch and retrieve the boat. One to drive the towing vehicle and the other to operate the boat. If launching and retrieving by yourself, it's recommended you place wheel chocks behind the wheels of the towing vehicle. Never block a ramp with an unattended vessel or vehicle. Move away from the ramp immediately. Now, when you are re-trailering, do not pull your boat onto the launch line until the towing vehicle is in the ramp area. Ask for help from another boater if you need it. I think you'll find that most of the time they're willing to assist and offer suggestions. It might also work in your favor if you practice backing, offloading, and loading on a day other than Saturday. Okay, let's also remember Mr. Drain Plug. Nothing's worse than sinking your boat within a few feet of the launch ramp. That's today's boating tip. I invite you to listen to Bob's No Wake Zone Boating Radio Show, Saturday mornings 7 to 8 on News Talk KRMS. Until next time, we'll see you out on the lake.
The Camden County Museum is hosting a comedy dinner theater this weekend. The name of the play is Ain't She Sweet. The shows are Friday and Saturday nights. Doors open at 5:30. The curtain is at 7. Tickets are $15 a person.
At 10:30 on Saturday morning, the community will march for veterans in Osage Beach. The annual Veterans Parade will start at Osage Beach City Hall on the Parkway. It'll follow the route to the Elks Lodge. There will be food and beverages available at the lodge.
Saturday, the Country Club Hotel and Spa in Lake Ozark is hosting the Petite à Petite charity fashion event. It runs from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. There will be live music, fun, food, and prizes.
On Saturday night, you can pay $10 for a wristband and be shuffled and shuttled all around the lake for the Lake Stock Fall Crawl. The shuttle buses officially start running at 7 p.m. Go to lakestockfallcrawl.com for a list of venues and a detailed bus route. Say that 3 times.
Helen Russell and Company will also be performing a variety show on Saturday night at 7. The show is at the Royal Arts Theater in Versailles. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for students. This has been your Lake of the Ozarks News Update.
Thanks for watching us on Charter Cable Channel 197, Como Connect Channel 90, and of course watch us anytime on mylaketv.com. And we'll see you next time.